Hi everyone, it's Gail Scott again, and thank you for watching. Today's message comes through and it's quite a radical one in my opinion. Not something that I'm surprised about, but for the general population, it probably will be quite a shocker. So this came through and it's really about the evolution of religion and the deconstruction of religion on our planet. So they started off in the channeling with a scripture verse, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, so that whoever shall believe in him shall never perish, but have eternal life. Now they tell me that, there are many dogmas in our world, beliefs, philosophies, practices, just kind of interesting ways of being that we've created as human beings for us to live our lives. And they're not saying that any one of these particular practices or dogmas are right or wrong. They're likening that to them saying that one planet is better than another, which of course is irrational. But they say, no, we watch and we're fascinated by what we do here on planet Earth as humans, by our strict adherence to these philosophies and beliefs that we ourselves have created. And in fact, they say these things have controlled our life, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, that it's been part of this evolution. It's been part of the tapestry that's made our evolution as a species so fascinating, in fact, and that for many of us, in fact, for all of us, we've all experienced all of them in all different kinds of incarnations, which has really given us a breadth of knowledge and a way of thinking and a kind of a wide variety of experiences, not just with ourselves, but of course with each other. And so if you are someone who believes in past lives and reincarnation, that will make a lot of sense to you. If you're someone that doesn't believe in that and you think that this is it, this one life is it, well, that's going to seem a little unreal for you. But think about it. Wouldn't it make sense for us to come back into different philosophies and practices and religions each time so that we can have a lot of variety and learn and grow through all these different kinds of experiences? So they told us that these philosophies and practices, religions, they were created so that we could begin to understand that there is a divine, that there is a divine connection that we can have by coming back to that love energy. You could call it God, whatever you name it as, but that really, in actual fact, what you're doing is you're coming back to yourself in this recentering experience of recognizing that there is some other kind of energy out there that's love, and that it allows us to see this separation that has been created between, you and you, between you and other forms, between you and the divine order that is love, let's say. So kind of a difficult concept for some people to really grasp, in that divine order is love, and that it's actually you. It's not something outside of yourself. Because we're really, in many respects, many of us really entrenched in these philosophies and beliefs and dogmas that have been created, all of these different kinds of religions and practices and, adorations and worshiping and all of that. But that's going to be changing, they're telling me, all changing on the planet. Because they're saying that this frequency that's coming in to the planet now and into us as the human beings that live here on planet Earth, it is the energy of love. And these other practices, they do not always practice that. But what they do is they have us think that something else is something that we should aspire to, that we should worship, that we should follow, that we should, be in adherence to. And they're saying, no, that's not really what it's about. It's the idea that divine love is not another person. It's not a deity. It's not a master. It's not a philosophy outside of you. It's you. You are your own master. You are the divine. You are the energy of love. It's all within you. And that the returning, this remembering, this recentering that we're going to be going through is this you recognizing that there's no separation between you and some other, God or deity or whatever. It's you. So that's kind of a difficult concept to really get your head around, that the self is love. So you don't have to go through anyone else. And so just having that self-awareness that the divine flame of love is in you. Well, actually, it's in everybody. It's not just in you. It's in everybody. It's in everything. We're all love. But we don't really know how to express that because we haven't been in that energy until now when it's coming on board. We've not been able to express unconditional love because we've been evolving into this existence of separation, which of course has been the journey that we've been on. It's not been a bad thing. But it's just coming to a close now. And over the next little while, you're going to begin to recognize that God, the divine, it really shows up in everything and everyone. Now, of course, there's, examples where things are not loving, but predominantly when we get down to the bare bones of who we are as a human, as a being, we are love, and so is everyone else. And you can have that experience with people when you can let go of the separation, when you can stop thinking that you're better than someone because you're this and they're that, and they must be wrong and you must be right. It's that following that kind of religion practice that has kept us so separated from the essence of our loving humanity and our togetherness. So all of these establishments, these philosophies, these dogmas, they're not going to be required when we finish this vibrational shift up into the fifth dimension. We're not really going to need them because you're going to recognize that this loving energy exists within everybody else, within the planet, within the plants, within the animals, within us. So there's going to be a bit of deconstruction required because, of course, it's not going to happen overnight. These establishments, these structures, these patterns, they could be brought down very quickly. But we as a collective, as a humanity, not just as a collective, but as individuals, we have to shift our perspective. We have to shift our perception of who we are and who everyone else is and what love is really about. So you're going to begin to feel a shift where you're not necessarily going to buy into the teaching or the practices that you've had for a long time, if that's something that's been really a strong part of your life. And that's because the energy is going up. And so these practices and things, they can't exist within that. That separation can't exist within that energy of love that will be on the planet. Of course, historically, this is what we've had. This has been our evolution. It's how you've lived. It's what you've experienced. It's been the process, let's see. But because everything is changing now and pretty fast, and they've been telling us this for quite a long time, your vibrational level is shifting. This is not a new message. It's not just your vibrational level. It's everybody's vibrational level. Everything's vibrational level. So that's going to shift your way of thinking. It's going to shift your way of looking at the world. It's going to shift your awareness. It's going to shift your philosophy. And it's going to create for you access to maybe some new belief systems, some like new ways of thinking that you just wouldn't have had access to before. And then that, of course, creates a new way of being, a new you, let's say. It's not really a new you. It's kind of a returning to who you really are, which is a being of love. So instead of being at these lower frequencies, which are governed by the ego and they come from the energy of fear and separation, that won't be the norm moving forward. And so right now we're in this change. You, me, all of us are in this change. We're in the structure that's been, and we're in this structure of deconstruction, dismantling, and we're also in this structure of the frequency of change that's coming in. So you're going to navigate this energy of shifting dynamic. And that can be pretty tumultuous because you begin to question what you thought you knew to be true. Of course, every truth is true, but those truths are going to be morphing and changing to give you access to other information. And that can be quite life-changing. So you want to be really gentle with yourself and also with everyone else, of course, because when we go through these kinds of awarenesses and changes of belief systems and new ways of thinking, we can often want to project it onto everybody else. I'm right, I know this now, and you're wrong. It's not like that. It's, I'm suddenly aware that this is possible. Do you know about this? Are you aware of this? Have you heard about this? How do you cope with this? What do you think about this? And so here we are, being heart-centered is kind of going to be the easiest way for you to navigate this, you know, connecting into who you really are, into your own intuition, into your own values, and into what feels good. That's really, I think, at the crux of this. So what's coming in our future? Well, we're making the future right now as we're going through this shift. And when it's all said and done, this new energy is going to permeate our entire planet like a river of love. Basically, there's going to be compassion, empathy, understanding, recognition, a connection to love. But right now we're kind of in the process of the shift. We're not there yet. It's not comfortable. It's definitely not comfortable, but it is exciting because we're exploring what's been, what is right now, and what could be coming. And all of these beautiful energies that come through me are here to support us and to support you, because they are, in a sense, you and me in different dimensions. And they are available with much more intelligence, different kinds of intelligence, let's say, than we have. And so they can assist us, and we can ask for their assistance. We don't revere to them that they are better than us, and they would never revere to us that they are better than us. It's not like that. It's like having a great friend, and you can ask for their, you know, experience and advice and guidance. And of course we do that as human beings, but ultimately, because we have free will, you get to make your own decision. So it's an exciting evolution that we're in. It's never happened before this way. And so we're kind of making history as we go, and just recognize that at the end of all of this, you're going to be different. You are not going to be in the same, let's say, philosophical place. You're going to see yourself differently. You're going to see others in a new light, with this whole new frequency in a whole new dimension. And it's going to be about love. It's going to be about returning to yourself, to the divine, to love that is you and love that is everybody else. And so it's a message of hope. Even though the idea of deconstructing all of these structured dogma establishments might be a little scary for you, it's going to happen in a beautiful way to allow humanity to up level in the way that it wants to, in the way that it has to on the planet. So thank you so much for listening to this message. As always, if you want to listen to the actual transmitted audio of the channeling, you can do that on mixcloud.com/Bosie International, or you can go to my website, www.bosieinternational.com, to the channeling page, and the links are below this in the YouTube description. And you can listen to the actual channeled transmission. And you can also read what they said if you prefer to read it on my blog page. Every one of my blogs is a channeled transcript of all of the videos that I have been doing since the beginning of 2021. And there's so much more on Mixcloud from 2018 back to then. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this message, please do share it. Please subscribe to the channel and subscribe to my website to receive information about the events that I hold as well. And stay in love with yourself, of course, with everyone else. Take good care of you. And until next time, thank you for watching and much love.